What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Zach Milne Talks Live, episode 117. Good to see you guys here. We're going to be talking about the latest, hottest thing on the street. Of course, that is the Spider-Man Brand New Day second trailer. Welcome to Live Q&A Night. What is Live Q&A Night? If you guys haven't been here before, this is where our community, we come, we chill, we talk about movies, we talk about life, we talk about TV, YouTube, and whatever you want to talk about. The chat is open. Drop your comments, your questions. We'll go through them for the whole night. I won't stop until every single chat is answered. Doesn't have to be a super chat, just has to be a regular chat, and we will discuss. We've got the laser I see already in here. What's going on, man? Thanks for being here tonight. Good to see ya. Why is this not something's afoot? Something's not working properly. Why isn't that working properly? Well, gonna have to deal with that. Never mind. Well, we're off to a great start. Yes. So thank you again for being here, and we're gonna have a fun night. I'm excited. I hope you're excited. It's you. It's me. And as these community nights go, we're gonna talk about one specific topic to start off the show as we get some more commenters and questioners coming into the chat. So of course, the thing we got to talk about is the thing that's on everybody's lips, and that is what is going on with the Spider-Man Brand New Day marketing. They just started their press tour. The media is happening. We're getting some interviews, and with that comes a brand new trailer. Um, Highly anticipated. I've been very much looking forward to Spider-Man Brand New Day. Cannot wait for this movie to come out at the end of July. I loved the first trailer. So going into this next one, I was just really excited to see what we were going to get. And we got a lot of good stuff. First thing I want to talk about with this trailer is, first of all, the last trailer that we got really focused in on Peter Parker and kind of the isolation he was feeling as he was being just a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. They really dove into his mentality of where he was at mental health wise and his loneliness. And there was definitely action and some pretty exciting stuff all throughout there too. But this trailer really doubled down on the action. There was a lot of exciting stuff that they showed. And actually, if I can just maybe do this. Nope, not that. Why isn't what I want? Why isn't what I want working? Okay. That puts a wrench in my plans a bit. I don't know where this went. Hold on. I will have to re-download this because I don't know where. Actually, you know what? Forget about downloading it. I'm gonna do this instead. Uh, Quality entertainment you guys are getting here tonight. All right. Let's do this instead. I don't know if this is gonna work as well, but we're gonna do it anyways because it's live and you have to improvise sometimes when things don't go right. Uh, Still not popping up. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my lord. Oh boy. Uh, what can I do here to fix this? I might have to pivot. What I had planned. Actually, you know what? Do this. This might work. Try this. Right. Yes. Okay, there we go. We'll do that. We'll do this. We'll go through the trailer. We'll go through the trailer really quickly here. So, like, starting off the trailer with Spider-Man getting thrown into some cars. First of all, we get a really great look at this suit, guys. And I'm digging this suit. I'm loving the way that this suit looks in live action when it's moving in the action. We see him fighting Scorpion at the start of this trailer. A character we haven't seen since the post-credit scene of Homecoming. So it's kind of crazy that we're actually seeing this come to fruition all these years later. And I thought the way that they started off this trailer where you see Peter, he kind of has like almost like the mutation, the metamorphosis that he's going through. It kind of takes him over, and we see him just beat the crap out of Scorpion. I'm loving the design of Scorpion, by the way. I think Scorpion looks great here, but he throws him into this police car. You see a little bit of that anger coming out of Spider-Man, which kind of brings a little bit of flavor of the black symbiote suit. So I'm wondering if we're going to get some um some nods to maybe that's where they're heading, because we know Secret Wars is coming up. And in the Secret Wars comic, they are or in the Secret Wars comic, I should say, which I don't know if they are following to a T, but at the end of that original Secret Wars, that is where Peter gets the black symbiote suit. That is where he becomes Black Suit Spider-Man. So the fact that the Russos are such a big fan of that storyline, they're doing the movie, it might just be that we are going to get him in the black suit by the end of that movie, and this could be our little nod to that happening, because it seems like this Spider-Man has a little bit of anger, uncontrollable anger that he's dealing with in this movie. The eyes go black and the rage comes out, and we see that right here at the beginning. The way that he takes down Scorpion is a little bit more brutal than we've seen with Spider-Man before. And he's tossing this dude around, smashing him into police cars. Like, something just seemed a little bit different with this Spider-Man right off the bat, and not necessarily in a great way. From there, we get kind of the same kind of flavor we got in the first trailer. Peter, he's keeping tabs on MJ and Ned. Although we do find out in this video that they're on their last semester of MIT, so they've almost gone through the whole first, I guess it'd be like the first year or their whole time at MIT. So it kind of gives you a little bit of an idea of just how long it has been. We see Peter shooting some webs in what looks like either his apartment or an abandoned building. I'm not quite sure where he is, but there's a great shot of uh of the little organic web starting to come out of his wrist, and it doesn't look like he's controlling it. His hand is open and the web is coming out, which I find extremely fascinating. It's almost as if the mutation that he's going through is going to cause him to have uncontrollable moments with his body, and I think that's going to extend to his abilities, and it's going to extend to how he uses his powers. And I think this is the first kind of example of that, where the web is just coming out and he's not doing anything to um make it happen. And then, of course, from there, he goes and sees our Bruce Banner. Mark Ruffalo is back, and I think we first saw this device that he's wearing in She-Hulk. If not, if this isn't that device, this is like an upgrade or one step beyond that device that he was wearing in She-Hulk and controlling. And Peter's going to him to see if he can help him control this mutation. And I love the line that uh Banner has here where he's talking about, or Peter's talking about, could you just get rid of the good stuff and leave me with or get rid of the bad stuff, and could you just leave me with the good stuff? I'm trying to find the exact picture of them together here. There we go. And Banner is saying it's nature. How do you know which is good and which is bad in nature? And again, there's just moments as you watch this trailer where it just feels like they're leaving the breadcrumbs for that black suit symbiote. I don't know if anyone else got that feeling. I definitely felt that when I was watching this trailer, where just the anger that we're seeing coming out, almost the uncontrollable rage that the mutation appears to be taking over with Peter. He obviously feels good when when he's having those moments of anger, much like the suit makes Spider-Man feel good. So the fact that he's like, can we just keep some of the great stuff and get rid of the bad stuff? I think that's setting up the symbiote, and I'm very excited to see where that leads. Then of course we get some more web slinging action, and I love the way that the web slinging in this movie is looking. We get going through the city, big tall skyscrapers. Like, this is stuff that we haven't really seen in a solo Spider-Man movie since The Amazing Spider-Man 2. A little funny joke here where he crashes. I think he's at a wedding. Bruce Banner kind of catching on, you're not one of my students. So great setup. And then we get a whole bunch of great, like, Destin Daniel Cretton, what he did with Shang-Chi, the way that he was able to bring the martial arts kind of grounded action choreography, hand-to-hand combat to the MCU through that character. you can see that influence already in what he's doing with the Spider-Man action sequences here. This is, of course, an extension of that tank scene that's been highly um, reported on because they shot it. It was like one of the first things that they shot out in the public. But I just love seeing this Spider-Man up in the skyscrapers, swinging through the city, big scale. Like you get spectacle off of this trailer, and you definitely got a little bit more character and emotion coming from the first trailer. This one just showcased like the Spider-Man action in this is going to be incredible, and I'm blown away by some of the stuff that Destin Daniel Cretton is doing with the Spider-Man in this. Like this feels, as much as I love the John Watts movies and I love what they did with Homecoming and Far From Home and No Way Home, like watching like just even this sequence of him swinging through the city, and I had this watching him swing through the city, it just it feels like Spider-Man, and it feels like the Spider-Man that I've loved for so long and that I've wanted to see in the MCU for so long come to fruition. Like this is kind of what I was hoping to get after we saw him in Civil War. And what they told, the story they told in that trilogy, I really like. It's great. I love it. But I just can't help but get the feelings back to when I was watching Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man trilogy as a kid, even watching Andrew Garfield's Amazing Spider-Man in middle school. Like this just sends me back to I love this character. I love Spider-Man in his world and what they do with it. Then we get a little bit more of this apartment scene that we saw in the first trailer. Ned is apparently a Spider-Man fanatic. He's been keeping tabs. I think this is I could be wrong. I think this is Harry, um, Tom Holland's brother. I could be wrong about that. I think that's who this is. This is a fun little Easter egg. But Ned's very fascinated by Spider-Man, keeping tabs on him. I think we've heard in the rumblings of the rumor mill that Ned will remember being saved by Spider-Man a bunch of times in high school and is trying to find him to thank him. But another little moment in here that we catch is like he's meeting MJ for the first time, and of course, Ned's like, "Wait, you guys don't know each other? Because why is Peter at this housewarming party if he doesn't know MJ? Clearly, he doesn't know Ned. So how exactly did he get invited to their apartment? I think that that's going to be a. I'm looking forward to seeing how this scene plays out, and looking forward to seeing their interactions and how their dynamics, not just as characters, but also like what the actors do to change their dynamics in this scene. I I think what they've got planted here is great. More Spider-Man action. We don't really get a sense of Sadie Sink at all in this trailer. They're still keeping her character a mystery. There's a bunch of mind controlled people. They're talking about the monster inside of you. Again, a lot of black suit symbiote stuff kind of being sprinkled here. I think I might go see what MJ is doing. So we're getting MJ involved. And then this is where, for me, I started to feel that Sony trailer thing happen where they're starting to show too much. Starting to go a little far there, Sony. Starting to show me things I don't necessarily need to see. I mean, this is great. The way that they have Hulk in this trailer, which I love that we don't really, if I have the picture here. Yeah, I love First of all, I love the line, "I didn't know you could get that big," because I don't even think he's as big as he usually is in the Avengers films, or maybe Tom Holland just grew a little, but come on, I've seen Tom Holland, okay? He's a shorter guy, so I don't believe that he could reach the chest of Hulk here, so the proportions might be a little bit off. But regardless of that, this just put a smile on my face, man, because they really haven't done this type of Hulk since Age of Ultron. Because right after Age of Ultron, we got Thor Ragnarok, which he had the physique still, but he was like a baby Hulk, like he was talking and stuff. He wasn't really that savage Hulk. You got moments for sure, but not like he was back in the Avengers. And then Infinity War, we saw him for like maybe 2 minutes, and then he was out. And then from there, we've had Professor Hulk. So just seeing this Hulk come back, and they're not giving us like a full on look at him yet. He's always in the shadows in this, but I think it's great. And I think that this is going to play into the mind control that the villain is doing as well, because in Age of Ultron we saw Scarlet Witch took over the mind and was able to bring the Hulk out of Banner. I think that's what's going to be happening here. I think the villain is somehow going to manipulate Banner, manipulate the Hulk, get that a restraining device off of his wrist, and this is going to be a mind controlled Hulk, and that's why he's going to be Savage Hulk, and that's why he's going to be rampaging against Spider-Man. Uh, just it's great stuff. I'm gonna play this really quickly because I love like the smash and the run through the. It's just great. And then you get some webs again, more web slinging in the city. It looks great. Now this is the part of the trailer that I have a personal thing, and of course we don't know how it's gonna be in the movie. It could work very well in the movie. Um, because I'm sure the villain's gonna have some way to read Spider-Man's mind, know how much he cares about MJ, and that's why they're gonna be threatening MJ. So Spider-Man has to go and save MJ. I just don't like MJ being pulled back into the Spider-Man world right after No Way Home. Like him stalking Ned and MJ and kind of longing to be with them again, but knowing that he has to do his Spider-Man thing and be away from them to keep them safe. Like he sacrificed at the end of No Way Home. I like that, and I wish that we got to let that simmer a bit. I got to live in that just a little bit longer. But of course she's back. They're web slinging through. Now this actually could be a really um melancholy kind of scene if Spider-Man's holding MJ again, swinging, and he's maybe feeling the feels, but she's not. Like maybe he'll have like a nostalgic sense when this happens, but I don't know. To me, I'm just like it seems a bit early to be swinging with MJ again, but it's not a romantic swing, so I won't be too bothered by it. Looks like Spider-Man has to go to Frank to hide out because he doesn't know. And again, this is where it's kind of like, okay, Sony, you're almost doing your thing where you're showing a little bit too much. Spider-Man's got to go hide out with MJ to keep her safe, and do so, he's going to leave her in the capable hands of Frank Castle. Now, look, if you're trying to keep your girl safe, if you're trying to keep anybody safe, Frank Castle's a good person to leave them with, because I don't think anyone who's coming to get them is going to get through Frank Castle. So you could not have safer hands than him. I love this shot too. I don't know, like the context of it, of course, I don't know, but Peter Parker falling. This reminded me. I instantly got flashbacks to Spider-Man 3 when Harry and Peter are fighting, and he's not in his suit. I love scenes like that, like in Spider-Man 3 where Spider-Man's not in his suit, and I think we're gonna get a little flavor of that with this here with Peter, and then we get a little bit of some fun banter between MJ and Frank Castle, which I am looking forward to seeing how those guys are going to interact, and what that'll bring out of Frank Castle. Maybe it'll bring out the father side of him to a daughter that we never really have seen, because he used to have he had a daughter before she got killed. So maybe this will bring out a softer side of Frank. There could be some really fun interplay here. I'm actually looking forward to seeing. And then of course the ninjas in the prison. Who isn't excited to see the hand? Who isn't excited to see the hand in this movie? I'm so excited. Now the big question. Oh, this I also love. If I can get this on screen here. Yeah, right there. Oh, nope. Come on. Why does it show the clip and then it's not the clip? Right there. Battered and beaten up Peter Parker. We don't see it often enough. We don't see this often enough in these Spider-Man films. I love in Tobey's trilogy when his suit gets thrashed and you get the half face, half mask, harkening back to the comic imagery. Like, we're not getting that here, obviously, but I love a beaten up, battered, just Spider-Man. It's great. And then the black eyes, again, there's gonna be something here with rage, and I really do feel like they're going to be leaning into that a lot with Spider-Man being a little bit more ruthless through this uncontrollable rage, and I think that's what he's going to be seeking out in the symbiote suit. Like, I didn't believe that Tom Holland's Spider-Man was going to get the black suit at the end of Secret Wars 100%, but after seeing this trailer, I think that's what they're leading to. I think we're going to see him go through this some kind of mutation, some kind of metamorphosis that's going to give him uncontrollable rage, that's also going to enhance his fighting and his punches, and he's going to be a little bit more ruthless. And of course, by the end of the film, he's going to lose that, but I think he's going to be longing for it again. And I think that's what he's going to find in the black symbiote suit in Secret Wars, and I think this is all kind of leading up to that. But and then we get some more shots of just Spider-Man fighting ninjas. We get shots of it's a great time to be alive, man. Spider-Man fighting ninjas very excited about this. Now the question people have about this scene in particular is Daredevil, is Matt Murdock in one of those cells? Personally, I don't think he is. I know some people think that they're hiding him from the trailer, from the marketing, and he's gonna pop up in here. I just This movie already feels like it could be on the cusp of being overstuffed. When you include a character from a Disney Plus TV show that isn't cracking the Nelson top 10 for shows, not even the finale. Like, as much as I love Daredevil, Born Again, and the Netflix show, the facts are out there, the evidence is out there. Not everyone's watching it. Not very many people are watching it, as a matter of fact. So I don't think you put a character again. You could argue the fact that Frank Castle is in here, that the Punisher is in here, and his show and his special is probably watched less than Daredevil's show. I just don't think you put Daredevil. I just don't think you put him in there. I just don't. I would be happy to be wrong if it works, but I just don't see a place for him. I'm gonna play this because this shot is awesome. Look at that. Look at what he's doing. Like what Destin Daniel Cretton's pulling off with these action sequences. He's doing things that I want to see in a Spider-Man film, which is things I haven't seen before in a Spider-Man film. The action in this looks incredible. It looks like it could be the best Spider-Man action that we've ever gotten on screen. What they're doing is just so incredible. And then I love, of course, at May's grave. I think you hear a little bit of Marissa Tomei as well over voicing the trailer. Just you need that sentimental part in a Spider-Man film, and this was perfect imagery to capture that. And then we end the trailer with a huge bang, literally as a building explodes, and we see the Hulk tangled up in the debris in web. Fantastic. I thought I thought this trailer I thought this trailer was just fantastic. I've watched it a couple times now. My thoughts have developed and grown since I watched it. I did a trailer reaction on the channel. Like I posted it about 2 hours ago, so you can check that out if you want to see my first time watching it. But I showed my wife; she was really excited about it. Oh, I guess there is one more. I guess there is one more in the trailer that we can talk about. If I can pull it up here again. I might have passed it. Is it the tag or what is it? It might. Oh yeah, it is the tag. Spider-Man doing stretches. Do you stretch? It's good for you. I'm not in high school anymore. Uh, that's a cute little quippy moment for Tom. I don't think Tom's had enough moments of quippiness with Spider-Man throughout his trilogy and throughout the movies that he's gotten. So to give him this little stinger at the end and have it be like a fun little cute moment and totally harken back to classic Spider-Man, I think is great. So obviously, I gushed about the first trailer. I'm gushing about this trailer. Uh, that's the best I can do for a breakdown of a trailer. I don't really do those very often. But what do you guys think of the trailer? Did it live up to the hype? Were you excited about it? Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. But with that, guys, we got some chats. We've got some chats in here. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take your live comments and questions because it's live Q&A community night, and that's what we do over here. So we're gonna start at the very top and continue to add your comments, continue to add your questions into the regular chat. Super chats are not required. I will go through every single question until we have answered them all. We've got, again, the Laser joining us. What's going on, Laser? Thank you for being here, my friend. A big supporter of the channel. Really appreciate you. Have you seen that with T? What's going on, man? Good to see you. Great to, I'm holding. I don't know what you mean. I'm holding. What are you holding? You got a pee? Are you holding your pee in? I'm holding. Are you hoping? I'm just busting your chaps there a little bit, T. But great to see you in here, my friend. Hope you've been well. Laser says, "Wait, are you using StreamYard?" Nope, I'm using OBS Studios like I usually do for my solo shows. But I don't know. I had things on here that were ready to go and downloaded, and I don't know. My computer is being weird. Evan Bernstein, what's going on? The Evan Edition. Everyone go check out the Evan Edition. He does a great show over there. I think it's on Sundays and Mondays now, or maybe it's just whenever he can get guests. But he had Megawatt from Spider Noir on his show a little bit. Last week he had him on, I think a week ago today. So go check out that interview. It was really great interview, and he did a really great job. He does great interviews and live shows. So go check him out. Evans says, "Fantastic trailer. I got her tickets. This movie will be huge." Oh, dude, this movie's gonna crush. This movie's going to crush. My kind of gauge for how well movies are gonna do is family members of mine who don't go to the movies very often. One of those is my wife. Which, by the way, I also think Toy Story 5 is gonna crush a lot more than people think it's going to, even though it's gonna already be huge. Because my wife is interested in seeing it. And that's very, very rare, especially for something like a Pixar animated film. So, she's really excited for this, which tells me that there's a lot more interest in this movie than even the internet is aware of. At least that's my experience. When we saw Inside Out 2, that movie became like the highest grossing animated film of all time, and my wife was interested in seeing that one. So that's kind of how I gauge it. So I think Toy Story 5 is going to do a lot better than people expect, and this movie is going to crush. This movie is going to do amazing. The Laser says, "Do you think Peter will have to move on from Ned and MJ at the end of this film?" That's the thing is, I would have said, he would have had to move on by the end of No Way Home. Like at the end of No Way Home, I would have thought he would have had to move on. Like if you see them pop up in cameo roles in like video footage or whatever, like that was fine. But now that I've seen him swinging with MJ, she's involved in the action again. No, she's here to stay. Unless they, unless they kill her off. Which I don't know if they would, be honest with you. I don't know if Tom Holland, who's now a creative input into the movie and is allegedly married, definitely dating at least, Zendaya. I don't know if he'd want her to be killed off. I don't know if he would do that. But Zendaya's getting a lot of great offers too, and she's probably moving on beyond the superhero world, so maybe she'd want to be killed off. I don't know, but I don't know. Seeing her with Spider-Man, seeing her wrapped up in it again, I just think she's gonna stick around. And I would have said that they probably wouldn't have been at the end of No Way Home, but now that I've seen what they're doing with this movie, I think she's gonna stick around. The Laser says Hulk some must not be canon anymore. I mean, there could be a mention of I don't think they're ever gonna bring him back. No. I think that there's going to be reasonable um questions that She-Hulk might not be canon anymore. Because if you look at She-Hulk and what they've done since She-Hulk, they completely changed Daredevil. Daredevil, Matt Murdock is not really the same Matt Murdock that he was in She-Hulk. Like, not so much that you can divorce the character and Born Again from She-Hulk entirely. But if they want to say that Matt Murdock never like doesn't exist, he never hooked up with She-Hulk, the Born Again one, you could get away with that. If you want to just avoid anything that happened with Hulk in She-Hulk, you easily could. I think that's the route to go. I think the route is to kind of say She-Hulk isn't canon. Even Tatiana Maslany, I don't think is coming back. I think she's burned the bridge with Disney, and I don't think that she's interested in doing the role anymore. So I think She-Hulk could be an easy write out of the entire MCU. And no one's gonna miss Hulk, son. No one's gonna miss him or his bad hairline. Collective Movie Man, what's going on? Collective Movie Man, good to see you, my friend. The Spur of the Moment podcast. What's going on, Spur of the Moment podcast? Good to see you. Says, do you think there'll be an explanation for why he isn't Smart Hulk anymore? Yeah, I think it's gonna be the mind control. I see that, and I think back to Age of Ultron. I think of Scarlet Witch taking control of Hulk's or Banner's mind and bringing out the Hulk. I think that mind control is gonna be an aspect of it where they're gonna bring the Hulk out, and I think it's going to do irreparable damage to the work that Banner has done to fuse the two minds together. And honestly, I think Hulk doesn't want to be Professor Hulk. I don't think he wants to be fused with Banner in that way. So I think he's going to refuse it. I think he's going to refuse to go back. And honestly, like when they introduced Smart Hulk in Endgame, I was into the idea. I liked it. It was new. It was fresh. It was different. Something to do with Banner and Hulk. But it's played out. It's played out. I don't want to see that Hulk in Doomsday. I don't want to see that Hulk in Secret Wars. I want to see Savage Hulk. I want to see Rage Hulk again. And it's time. I think we had some good moments with Smart Hulk. It was good while it lasted, but it's time to go back to the classic design. And I think that this movie is going to end with Banner and Hulk no longer having that bond relationship anymore. At least not in the Professor Hulk way. Maybe he'll be able to bring Hulk out of his own will, like he kind of did at the end of Avengers. I'm always angry, like maybe, but I think Smart Hulk is done. The Spur of the Moment podcast says, "Yeah, I hate how involved both of them are in this. It severely undercuts the last movie." See, I have to wait until I see the movie to see how it plays out before I can say it severely undercuts the last movie. But my feelings going into it are that I agree with you. I do agree that I just wish we had at least one movie. Like if you wanted to reintroduce them into Peter's life in the second movie of this trilogy or save it for the last one, I just really wanted one where they weren't around at all. And maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe I'll be like, I love it. I love what they've done with MJ and Ned in this movie, and the way that they brought him back in will be great. Like I'm open-minded to having that feeling, but my personal feelings is it would have been better if like at the end of No Way Home, he had the opportunity to go up and introduce himself as Peter Parker and try to remind her. That was his opportunity. He saw the bandage, which maybe a little bit weak for imagery, but regardless, he saw that she was hurt by being involved with Spider-Man, and he decided not to go through with that. So I feel like that is where the decision ends. You had your chance to reverse it in that moment, and you chose not to. Now live with it. But they're back. So maybe he'll get another opportunity to tell them about himself. But maybe it's something he's still trying to work his nerves up to, because even in the first trailer we kind of heard that voiceover of him talking to someone. You don't remember me, but I'm Peter Parker. It's probably working up the nerve to say that to them still. So maybe all these years later he's still trying to get the gumption to do it. Nathan Random Movies, what's going on? Nathan, thanks for joining, my friend. Says, hey Zach, thoughts on the Shrek 5 trailer? I didn't like the character redesigns or the humor in the trailer. Dude, I'm just gonna be flat out honest with you. I thought it was trash. I thought the Shrek 5 trailer was trash. Actually, you know what? Let me pull up the Shrek 5 trailer real quick. I want to go through this a little bit because I'll be honest with you. I don't understand what they're doing with this at all. Um, Let me see if I can pull this up here. Yeah, I'll pull it up here. So, just just a couple things in this trailer we'll talk about really quickly. 'Cause I did a reaction to this, and then I was gonna do a reaction to this, and then I decided not to. I just watched it, and so I'll show you the first thing that made me go, "Yep, this is wrong." Donkey. Now, not in this. Let's talk about the character designs first, because that is the thing on everyone's mind. I could get, I could get with it, um, if they used it differently, because what I'll show you right here, when this happened, and we'll talk about the Gingy shot in a minute here. When this happened, I didn't feel like I was watching Shrek, and it's gonna sound silly, and I understand it sounds silly because it's an animation, it's a cartoon, but Shrek, even though it's animated, even though it uh you know isn't real, it still had a reality to it in and of itself. Like Donkey still moved like an animal, you know? Like even when he tried to get up on his two legs, he would flop back down onto four. Like yes, you have Puss in Boots who stands on, but they made that feel like it worked in the environment. Like they created a realism to their characters in the environment in the world that they set them in. But Donkey never really had that much of an elaborate movement to him. Like he moved like a donkey moves. Like he's always on all fours, and there was just something about it that felt like even though it was a cartoon, it didn't move in a cartoony way. You know, it had a real uh There's just something about it that it felt grounded in a reality, is the best way I can put it. And when I saw this, Donkey flexing his like, this isn't the like, this isn't Shrek. Like, this isn't the reality. This isn't the environment or the character, physics that I grew up with Shrek. Like, it just immediately, like, yes, the design, I will be honest, I don't like the Shrek is fine. Shrek, Fiona, everyone else is, like, fine, you change them up a little bit, it's a different animation style, but Donkey's the one that's, like, changed the most. He also talks and does the most in this entire trailer, and I hated this. I It's silly, I know it's an animated movie for kids, supposedly, whatever. This right here felt like this isn't Shrek. This doesn't feel like the creative forces behind Shrek. This doesn't feel like the same world as Shrek. For lack of a better word, because it's so overused, this felt AI. This felt like someone made an AI trailer of what a Shrek 5 could be. This does not feel like a studio made Shrek. Like, you got Donkey twerking on Shrek. Oh, but well, let's talk like the real shot that had my jaw on the floor. If I can find it here. What are we doing? What are we doing? Uh j- I can't- I don't even have the words to say how this makes this like, what are we doing? What? We're spanking Gingy? We're giving Gingy some cheeks, and we're getting some girls to ginger girls to slap him on. Like, what are we doing? Is this a joke? Is this a prank? Is this what YouTube channel is this? No, it says Universal Pictures, not Universal Pictures. Like, it's spelled right. It's the official site. Uh, what are we doing? Is this for kids? Is this supposed to be like an adult Shrek for the kids who grew up with it? Are you gonna make it more crude? And I mean, Shrek always had a crudeness to it, but it had a crudeness in the sense of if you were a kid, you didn't pick up on it, but if you were an adult, you got it. You know? This is just blatant. This isn't even clever. This isn't smart. This isn't witty. This isn't a satirical take on fairy tales. And even the rest of the trailer, like the stuff you get in the rest of the trailer, it's like, all right, yeah, it looks like another adventure, I guess, but there's nothing about this teaser. And granted, it is just a teaser, and I'm probably going on for this for a little bit too long. And you get the boys, and you get them in jail, and Donkey's singing, Roxanne, whatever. There's nothing about this that feels like they have a story to tell. Again, it's a teaser trailer, but the whole sense I got from it was just, oh, they're making another Shrek movie for the sake of making another Shrek movie. Shrek became a popular pop cultural phenomenon. Um, they know it'll make a bunch of money, so let's do another Shrek. I don't know. Maybe I'm in the minority. Maybe I'm in the minority. But I wish that this was, if they were gonna do it like this, don't even call it Shrek 5. Just reboot it. Call it Shrek or something like the Scream 5 did. Like, don't even call it Shrek 5, you know? It doesn't feel like a continuation. It doesn't feel the same. It feels like you're doing like a remake will or whatever. So, I'm hoping a full trailer can win me over. I'm hoping it's better offerings of jokes and humor and yeah, I just didn't like it. All that prolonged, overly explained nonsense to say I didn't like it. Not a fan, and was pretty disappointed in it. So we'll see how the full trailer pans out when that eventually comes out. But whoa, what did I just do? There we go. But yeah, no, not a fan. Not a fan. Uh, Nathan Jenner movie says favorite Spider-Man suit. Mine is the Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit. Mine as well, man. I love that suit. In fact, you know what? Like, I know every Spider-Man has to be different and unique, and we have to give the movie their own flavors and everything. But I wish that every single Spider-Man movie could use the Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit. They just nailed it. They absolutely nailed it in Amazing Spider-Man 2. I just, oh man, the eyes, the texture, the granted, it's also the way it fits on Andrew Garfield's body, you know? Like it just looks great. I love it. This suit has been my favorite since the Amazing Spider-Man 2 came out. Whoops. Back. It just it just there's a practicality to it that looks great in the environment that Mark Webb set in the Amazing Spider-Man 2. Yeah, this is forever and probably always going to be my favorite Spider-Man suit. I don't think they've ever topped it, and I don't know if they ever will. Just give it to every Spider-Man, you know? Give it to every Spider-Man. It's the best. You'll never top it. But I will say I'm really liking the way Brand New Day is looking. I like the suit in Brand New Day. It's looking good. The laser says I see Toy Story 5 on Friday. When do you plan to watch it? I'm so excited for Toy Story 5. Um I've actually done a rewatch of my Toy Story movies. I love them all. I love them all, man. Going back and watching Toy Story, which I haven't really done like a full watch of every single one in a while, back to back to back. Like there's a couple things that are a little tropey and familiar in each one. It's a 5 out of 5 for each one. Even 4. I don't care. Toy Story 4 is wonderful. Watching that again, it's an excellent movie. And I like how it follows up Woody's story after Toy Story 3. It does a great job of moving things forward without taking away the emotional impact of the third film for me. It's a 5 out of 5 for every single movie on Letterboxd anyways. It's a 10 out of 10. Whatever score you want to do. They're all 10 out of 10s. And it's just got me more excited to see Toy Story 5. I don't know when I can see it. The earliest I could see it is Friday, but I might have to wait till Saturday. I'm not quite sure yet. And my wife wants to see it. So we're kind of working out if she's going to see it with me first or if I'm going to see it twice. We're not quite sure. But I do plan on seeing it this weekend. I'm very excited for it. I think the Rotten Tomatoes score, if I remember correctly, let me look this up real quick. It's holding like a 92, which is the lowest Rotten Tomatoes score for a Toy Story film. But if your lowest is a 92, I mean, you're doing something pretty right. Let me see here. What? Oh, it's gone up. It's gone up. Now it's sitting at a 94, 94% with 140 reviews. So Toy Story just knocks it out of the park, man. I'm pretty sure that is the lowest rated Toy Story film. But come on, if your lowest is a 94, come on. There's a real argument this is the best franchise of all time, just from a Rotten Tomatoes standpoint. I'm so excited. Like the Movie Man says, I thought the trailer was still the best trailer I've seen all year, or I thought the trailer that is still the best trailer I've seen all year is the Dune Part 3 trailer and then the Odyssey trailer. 2 has been the best trailers this year. They're hard to beat. The Dune Part 3 trailer is probably the most spectacular looking trailer of the entire year. Odyssey 2 is great too. Odyssey 2 is like art. The Odyssey and Dune are honestly like works of art in and of themselves as trailers. I think my favorite trailer might be Dune Part 3 actually as well. The chant in that trailer is great. I might be on the same page as you, but I do love these Spider-Man trailers and I'm really looking forward to the Doomsday one. The Laser says is using OBS hard when streaming. I have tried to do it but never figured it out. I had help. I had help. My brother's a tech um whiz more than I am. So he came over and we watched YouTube videos and he walked me through some process of setting it all up. Once you get it set up, it's actually not super complicated. It's just kind of the process of getting it set up with like the scenes and the sources and once you figure out exactly what you're doing, it's not too bad. I'm only using a mouse to like you can add shortcuts and stuff like that on your keyboard. I'm only using a mouse, so sometimes it's like when you're sorting through all the sources and the scenes, it can be a little bit challenging to navigate. I also just admittedly have to clean my OBS up. I've got way too many stuff, too many scenes that I don't need anymore. But I think that it works very efficiently, and I have a PC, I have a computer that I'm using to do this. So if you don't have that, like StreamYard's a good alternative for sure. But the thing about OBS is it's free. Like once you download it and well, you have to get some cards and stuff that aren't free, but once you get it onto the system, like it can do so much more than StreamYard can do, and it's you don't pay anything for it. You don't have to pay monthly for it. And that's why I made the big switch from StreamYard is StreamYard's gotten to the point where it's like even the most basic one that you want to do the most basic stuff on is like 80 bucks a month or getting up to like 90 bucks a month. It's just way too expensive and not worth it for me. The only thing with OBS is it's very tricky to have guests on it. Um, I've tried looking at a couple different ways you can do guests, but it's always kind of insufficient for the guest because you either bring them in on like Google Hangout, but then they don't really see anything that you're seeing. And you kind of have to add them to a sort. It's just not. I haven't found a great way to do it yet. So whenever I have a guest or I want to have a guest on, I usually go back to StreamYard because OBS is just a little bit more complex and complicated in that aspect. But for solo shows, they're great. It's great. I really like it and really easy to navigate once you get it set up. Oh, sorry. View with Drew says, "Hey everyone, what's up? What's going on, Drew? Great to see you, my friend. Good to see you in here. Nerdy with Autism, what's going on, my friend? Good to see you." Says, "Hello, Zach. How are you, dude? I really enjoyed the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer. The fighting was great. Oh, so good. The Spider-Man and Hulk scene made me put my fist in the air. So hyped. It looks so good. It looks so good. I'm so very excited. So excited for it, man. Um, one thing too, John Watts, and again, I don't want to crap on John Watts. I really don't. Because I really do like his movies. But the more I'm seeing from Brand New Day, the more I'm just kind of like, does look better. And I always felt like the shots in John Watts's were always kind of static a little bit. I don't feel like they had much of a movement to them or like a great dynamic. But when you look at this trailer, the action like the cam was moving and it's doing swoops and it's just it looks so much I'm sorry, John. It looks so much better than anything from the Homecoming trilogy, and I'm so excited to get it in the MCU. The laser says, I feel like Marvel wants to erase a lot of Phase 4, but I feel like that's for the better. I mean, for trying to think of what's in Phase 4. I don't know if they're gonna erase a lot of I think Haley Steinfeld could come back from Hawkeye. A lot of Phase 4 was TV shows. Like Secret Invasion, I think that's gone. I don't think they're ever gonna talk about that or address that ever again. Um, yeah, I'm trying to think of what's in Phase 4 that they would erase. Because I don't think that they're erasing too. Because Miss Marvel was in Phase 4. The Captain Marvel or the Marvels, I should say, was in Phase 4. I think they're coming back. I think they're going to continue with that. Yeah, I don't think they're going to erase too much from Phase 4, but I do think there's going to be some things that are left in the crapper. The View with Drew says, "Awesome news, everyone. I made a new Lego Spider-Man short film on my YouTube channel. Now I strongly recommend you guys check it out when you get the chance. The short has Tombstone as the villain." Nice, man. That sounds awesome. I'll have to check that out after the show. The Laser says the Shrek 5 trailer was interesting to say the least, and what the heck happened to Gingerbread? Yeah, man, when they slapped his cheeks, I was like, "Are you wow?" Like, I don't want to show that to my kid. Like now that I'm a dad, like I would happily show him Shrek 1, Shrek 2, 3, 4, whatever. I don't want to show him that. Like I just don't I don't know, maybe I'm just a little bit conservative or whatever. I just think that's inappropriate and it just makes me go, who are you making this for? Like if you're trying to do a raunchy grown-up Shrek because you're not really aiming for the kids anymore, you're aiming for those who grew up with Shrek and now they're adults. That could be fun. I could get behind that if that's what you're doing. But this is Shrek. And nothing about this, like Toy Story 5, that trailer was like a warm hug. You know, it was like, "Oh, the toys are back. This feels like old familiar." And you just embrace it, and you're embraced by it. Shrek 5 was like someone, like, who looked like someone I used to know came up and kicked me in the shin and spat in my face and then walked away. And it's like, "Oh my, that was horrible. I hope I never see them again now." That's kinda how it feels with Shrek 5, at the moment. Nathan Dread Movie says, I am rewatching the Amazing Spider-Man 2, and I'm so frustrated that it has some of the highest highs of any Spider-Man movie and some of the lowest lows as well. Still better than the first movie. I 100% agree with you. Still better than the first movie. I'm not a huge fan of the first Amazing Spider-Man. Don't hate it. I like it, but 2 I thought felt more like a Spider-Man story and more like a Spider-Man movie to me. But you're right, it has some of the best moments in any Spider-Man movie. The death of Gwen Stacy, the fight against Electro in Times Square is awesome. But it's just a muddled mess. It's got too many components, too many things happening, too many things distracting from other things in the movie. It's a messy movie, but I do still like watching it. I like putting it on from time to time. It's entertaining, and Andrew Garfield's fantastic in it, along with Emma Stone. Nerdy with Autism says, my dad thought the Shrek 5 trailer was funny. He laughed so hard at the trailer, which is funny because I didn't think it was funny at all. Hey, that's how subjective humor is, man. I mean, some people are gonna be cracking up and laughing at Gingy getting slapped on the cheeks. And me, I cringe. I go, oh my gosh, what are you doing? Like what are you doing? Who you had to write that, you had to storyboard that, you had to animate that, you needed to render that, and then you needed to put that in a trailer, and then you needed to release the trailer on the internet for all to see that. And nowhere in that process you guys thought maybe we should have Gingy slap his cheeks? I don't know. Um, that's just me. If I was in that room, I would have said, guys, don't do that. I would say, guys, don't do that. But they did it. So now we gotta live with it. And hey, to your dad's credit, some people are gonna enjoy it, some people are gonna find it funny. Uh I'm not that person. Just not. Luke Ponto, what's going on, Luke? Luke just did a great Obsession spoiler talk with some buddies, Mike and Michael Entity and Zach Goldberg, and they were all on there. I wish I could have made it, but my time frame just didn't work for me. But I jumped in the chat there, so go check out Luke Ponto and all those guys' spoiler chat on Obsession. It was great conversation, great discussion by those friends of mine. And Luke Ponto says, "Hey Zach, my dude, hope you're well. Hope you're well, Luke. Hope you're doing great. I want to get back on stream with you very soon, man. We've got to plan and work something out." Nathan Jenner Movies says they should have used the animation style of Puss in Boots 2, which did so good at using the old designs of characters with new animation techniques in the same franchise. 100% agree with you. 100%. In fact, Puss in Boots 2 is one of the reasons I had faith in doing another Shrek movie. Is one of the reasons why a lot of people even wanted another Shrek movie, is because uh Puss in Boots 2 was so great and such a great revisit and reintroduction of this character. It's one of the best movies they've ever done in the Shrek universe, and it made you hungry, it made you wanting to see another Shrek. And then they put that out, and I'm like, actually, I'm full. I'm full. Thank you. Thank you, DreamWorks. Thank you. I'm done. I don't want any more. That's good. That was good enough for me. And I don't know if I'm gonna get my appetite back. I really don't. The laser, it says, call it 5 heck. Call it a wreck. Call it a wreck. 5, yeah, there's really no way to, like, yeah, you put the 5 in where the S is in Shrek 5, yeah. I feel like that was almost like the easy thing to do, so I feel like they tried to stay away from that because it was predictable, but I still would have liked it. Collective Movie Man says, I thought the trailer was pretty funny, and I'm glad you did, man. Like, me, complaining or letting out my issues with it, like, that's just how it hit me. That's just how it hit me. I'm not trying to discourage anybody else from liking it. I just was baffled that this is what they put out for their first look at this thing. I mean, even this isn't really their first look. Their first look was that whole thing of them scrolling on the mirror like it's TikTok. I just don't know what they're trying to do. Are they trying to make this for adults or or the newer generation where they grew up with TikTok and stuff? Like, I just I don't get it. I don't get what they're doing with it. I think they've completely, and I could be wrong, and hopefully I'm wrong. To me, this trailer spoke to me as they've lost the plot. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know what made Shrek special. Um, Nathan Dread Movie says, "Will you see the Hugh Jackman Robin Hood movie, directed by the guy that did Pig and A Quiet Place Day One?" I was looking, and it's not in my theater, as of now. I'll look again really quickly. I'll just go to my theater app, see if they've added it, but it wasn't there. Let me see here. Toy Story 5, Disclosure Day, Obsession, Backrooms, Masters of the Universe, Scary Movie, and Star Wars Mandalorian and Grogu. That's the Friday showing. Saturday, Toy Story 5, Disclosure Day, Obsession, Backrooms, Masters of the Universe, Scary Movie, and Mandalorian and Grogu. No, they're not playing it in my theater. So unfortunately, no, I will not be seeing the death of Robin Hood. Uh so I'll be seeing Toy Story 5. That's just how it goes around here sometimes, but I'm curious to see what it's like. Acres of Movies, what's going on? Stacy, thanks for joining. He says hello and thanks from Stacy. Will you see Motor City? I don't know what that is. If it's a streaming movie, I might look for it, but we just went through all the movies playing in the theater, and it is not playing, so I probably will not be seeing it. Michael 11591, what's going on, Michael 101591? Great to see you, buddy. Nathan Red Movie says, I never understood the hate that Toy Story 4 got. I thought it was great. How people felt about Toy Story 4 was how I felt about Kung Fu Panda 2. Or 4, Kung Fu Panda 4. I enjoyed Kung Fu Panda 4. It was harmless. It was fine. Forgettable, but it was fine. Yeah, I don't people like when you have such a reaction, like an emotional reaction to Toy Story 3. And you have that satisfying sense of just finality. Like just this was perfect. It's over and I'm satisfied. I'm happy. I can understand, and I've talked to some people who feel this way, and sometimes I wrestled with the feeling myself. When something else comes along after that ending, no matter how good it is, if it doesn't match how you felt, it's hard to get on board with it after you've already felt like you've had the perfect. It's like if you know, someone came and gave you the best piece of chocolate cake you've ever had, for dessert. And you're like, "Oh man, there's a lot of food analogies happening tonight, but whatever, maybe I'm hungry." Going, man, that was the best chocolate cake I've ever had in my life." And then someone goes, "Check out what I just made. I made a brownie." And it's like, "Oh, you made a brownie? Well, yeah, that brownie was good, but man, I wish I had finished eating that chocolate cake. I wish that was the last thing that was on my taste buds because the brownie was good, but not as good as that chocolate cake." I feel like that's what kind of happened with Toy Story, Toy Story 3 and Toy Story 4. Toy Story 3 was just like that delicious chocolate cake, the one that you want to end your feeding on. You want to have that savor, you want to savor that flavor in your mouth. And then Toy Story 4 came along and it was like, I'm a good meal too. But yeah, but you weren't that chocolate cake, and that's the last thing I want to taste. I mean, there's tons of people I know who haven't even seen Toy Story 4 because they want to hold on to that Toy Story 3 ending. So on some level, I get it, but I do think that craving to hold on to that emotional reaction to the end of 3 spun into unnecessary hate for Toy Story 4. Because Toy Story 4 is great. I love Toy Story 4. It's so fun. And that's another thing too, is going from Toy Story 3 to Toy Story 4. Toy Story 3 is so dark. Like Toy Story 3 was darker than I remembered it being. There is a lot of creepy imagery and a lot of intense themes of morality and death and loss happening in that movie alone. Uh that Toy Story 4 is just like this light breath of fresh air, and you got Forky and the bunny and Ducky at the carnival, and it's just so light and almost fluffy, like in its execution and in its tone, that it doesn't match the ending you got in Toy Story 3. So I get it, but I think it's wonderful. I think it's a great movie. Collective Movie Man says my show House of the Dragon season 3 starts this Sunday, and critics got to see it the first 4 episodes, and it's sitting at 100% with 50 reviews from critics. Dude, sounds like you're gonna have a great time watching your show, and I'm very happy for you. That's awesome. Nathan Fan Movie says, how would you rank the Shrek, Puss in Boots movies? Oh man, based off memory, I'd have to go back and watch them. I think I would still go Shrek 2 is my favorite, followed by Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, followed by the first Shrek, and then Shrek Forever After, then Puss in Boots, the first Puss in Boots, and then Shrek the third. Oh, is that only six? Yeah, I think that's how it would go for now. I'd have to watch them again, see if they rearrange or change. Because I do think the first Puss in Boots in some aspects is kind of underrated. I remember really enjoying that when it came out, but that was 2011. I haven't seen it since 2011, I don't think so, or at least close to that. So I'd have to watch them again, but I feel like that's from best to worst. That would be my order: is Shrek 2, Puss in Boots: Last Wish, the first Shrek, the fourth Shrek, Puss in Boots, and then Shrek the third. Lupanto, watched any good movies lately? I've been going through all the DC movies at the moment. Because I was gonna do a tier ranking of every single DC movie before Supergirl, but I feel like I'm running out of time to get that done in time and have it be done well. So I might push that to Clayface. But I've been watching a lot of DC movies that I haven't watched before. If I can just maybe pull up my letterbox here. Help me jog my memory a bit. Because I have been watching, I feel like, a crap ton of stuff. I watched a whole bunch of Steven Spielberg recently. For my ranking that I put out on Monday. Let me go to my diary here. My diary. My letterbox diary. Not that there's any shame in having a other diary. Anyways, yeah, so what have I been I finished Toy Stories, love them. Disclosure Day. I watched Catwoman for the first time, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, going through Road to Perdition, all those DC titles. Yeah, then I watched a whole bunch. I watched all of Steven Spielberg movies. I watched a He-Man cartoon for a ranking on that as well. Some more Spielberg, some more DC. Uh yeah, lots of Spielberg and lots of DC. That's kind of what I've been on. All this stuff is kind of old news at this point, but yeah, I've been watching a ton of Spielberg and a lot of DC and Toy Story. That's what I've been up to. I've got to watch a couple more new movies this year. I've been slacking on that. But I think there's a lot of big projects that I want to do in the next couple weeks, and I feel like after July, August kind of slows down quite a bit, so I might try and catch up on some newer movies in August, but I mean, there's a lot of stuff coming out this summer that I have projects in mind for, so I'm rewatching and watching a lot of older stuff that I haven't seen before for those projects. Nathan Dread Movie says I rewatched The Born Identity recently for the first time in years and forgot how good it was. It's so freaking good. Yeah, The Born Identity is great. Supremacy is great. Ultimatum might be my favorite off of memory. Ultimatum was pretty good. Jason Bourne, the one that Matt Damon came back and did, a little bit underwhelming. I was disappointed by it when I saw it in theaters, and I never did see the Jeremy Renner Bourne film. I don't even know if I own that film. I don't think I own that film. I own the other Bournes. I don't know if I own that one. Uh, Luke Ponto says I'm seeing Toy Story 5 on Friday. Nice, man. Yeah, I'm excited. Toy Story doesn't miss. Toy Story just doesn't miss for me. And I've been loving what I've been hearing coming out of this. People are saying that Jessie finally gets her due in the spotlight and she's a great character. And after watching Toy Story like 2 and 3 and 4, especially 4, Jessie is a character I would like to see a little bit more of. I really enjoyed her introduction in 2 and how she's used in 3. Um I think she's gonna be great in Toy Story 5. I love hearing that they're saying that the tech versus toys storyline is nuanced and unexpected, and that's what I was expecting from Pixar. That's what I expected, nothing less. So I'm excited to see how they pull that off. And apparently, People are coming out saying they are sobbing. Apparently, this movie is incredibly emotional. So maybe we'll get that repeat of Toy Story 3. I don't know, but all good things I'm hearing. I'm looking forward to it. Collective Movie Man says, here are my favorite trailers. Number 1, Dune Part 3. Number 2, The Odyssey. Number 3, Social Reckoning. That was a good trailer. Social Reckoning looks great. 4, A Spider-Man Brand New Day. 5 for right now. This is my number 5, Hunger Games Sunrise on the Reaping. Yeah, I gotta go back and rewatch all the Hunger Games because I never did see Snakes and Ladders and Shoots and Ladders, whatever that last one was called. And I don't really remember. Well, I saw the first one and I saw Catching Fire, but I don't remember really anything about Mockingjay Part 1 and Part 2. I don't think I watched those all the way through fully because I was never really into Hunger Games. So I gotta go back and revisit those before the new one comes out. Collective Movement says, when we finally get the Avengers Doomsday trailer, that will take the place of Hunger Games Sunrise on the Reaping. I hope so, buddy. I hope so. Because that trailer, man, it's got a lot of anticipation. It's got a lot of hype on it. I hope it lives up to it. It better be a dang good trailer. Oh, whoops. The Laser. Did you watch the trailer for Pixar's Gato and Disney's Hex? Nope, didn't check those ones out. Didn't really care. I'll see the Gato trailer before Toy Story 5. I guarantee you they'll play it, and I guarantee they'll play Hexed as well. So when I go see Toy Story 5, I'll see those trailers, but I didn't seek them out. I wasn't really interested. Collective Movie Man says, I like raunchy humor, so maybe you don't like that kind of humor. One of my favorite movies has one of the most raunchiest humors, American Pie trilogy. Here's the thing. Raunchy humor for me is not my cup of tea. Yes. There are movies I do enjoy it in though. Like raunchy humor can work for me. Absolutely. But not in a animated movie for families. Not to that extent. Not that blatantly. Not that in your face. Um there's some raunchy stuff in the first Shrek movies. There's some sexual innuendos, there's some inappropriate humor that kids won't get. I mean, like Pinocchio wearing a thong, that's kind of raunchy for a kids film, but as a kid you don't really think that much about it. You just think, "Oh, he's wearing girly underwear or something." Um but this just felt like out of place raunchy humor. This didn't feel like humor to me that fit the context that of the movie for the target audience that it was for. Like American Pie, make it raunchy. Aim for that 18 and older adult audience. But when you and granted, I am thinking of as a dad now. I'm thinking as someone who has a son now. So maybe my view on this has changed a little bit in the last year or so because I've entered a new phase and a new stage of life. But the first thing that I thought of when Gingy is getting smacked in the butt by those girls, I don't want to show my son that. I just don't think that's appropriate for a kid to be watching. Maybe like I said, maybe I'm a little bit of a stick in the mud. I don't know. Um, but I feel like I'd be more than happy to show him the first couple because Shrek, the initial like concept, the foundation that Shrek was built on was satiring and parodied and being a parody really of like the Disney fairy tale formula. It was taking what Disney was doing with their fairy tales and flipping it on its head and twisting the script and subverting expectations in some ways for it. Like that's what Shrek was. Like it was taking these old folklore fairy tale stories that we all grew up with and how they're kind of sanitized and lovely and happily ever after, and it stripped all of that away and it really um did some fun satirical stuff with it. And I feel like there was, at least in this teaser, it doesn't look like that's what the foundation of this is. It just didn't look like there were shots, sure, of them in a magical land, but it didn't have the fairy tale element. It didn't have the playoff of that. And I feel like if you're trying to get people back into the Shrek world, if you're trying to remind them about Shrek, the Shrek that you grew up with, the Shrek that you love, the Shrek that's become the pulp cultural phenomenon, do something with a fairy tale. Do something clever. Do something witty. That's the thing, is it was clever. The fairy godmother making her this twisted villain in Shrek 2. That's clever. That's witty. There was nothing about this that was witty or clever. It was just being raunchy and in your face and crude for the sake of being raunchy in your face and true and crude. And I feel like the slap on the cheeks of Gingy was the representation of that for me. So I'm nervous. Like, we've got the cast back. We've got Mike Myers. We've got Eddie Murphy. We've got Cameron Diaz. Zendaya's joining the cast. Like, we've got a good cast. We've got the OGs, but we've got a different style, and it feels like we've got a different tone and a different creative force behind it. So I'm nervous for Shrek 5 now. This did not get me excited. This did not put faith in it for me because I don't feel like they understood what Shrek kind of was. Maybe the internet, the meme culture of Shrek has just overpowered their minds and their brains, and maybe they went into this creating it out of the sense of what the pulp cultural meme culture of Shrek's become. But that's not what Shrek was to me, and that's not what I think Shrek is. So, and I'm going on this a lot longer than I need to go on to it for. I mean, your comment's totally valid. Even how I feel about it, humor is subjective. If this made you laugh, if this brought you back into the Shrek world and essence, then that's great. I'm happy for you. Um, it just didn't for me, and it didn't remind me of what I liked. Um, the Laser said, "Did you hear Toy Story 5 is Pixar's most expensive film ever at 250 mil? If Pixar makes Toy Story 6, do you think it could be more expensive?" Well, I don't think there's an if. I think they are gonna make Toy Story 6. I I think there's no question. Whether it is, I mean, they've proven it, whether it's gonna be 7 years from now, 9 years from now, by 2033, I think we'll have another Toy Story, at least Toy Story 6. We might even be on 7 at that point, but they seem to like to take gaps. Um, Look, this movie's gonna be a killing. That is expensive for an animated film, yes, but it's Toy Story. They're going to make that back. Like, there really isn't a risk in that. Like, if this was, say, you were doing something even like, trying to think of a Pixar property. Let's say they were doing even if they were doing, which they are doing Ratatouille 2. I don't think a Ratatouille 2 should be a $250 million price tag. I think Ratatouille 2 can still be big, but I think that you're still kind of risking it if you put that big of a price tag on it. But there's no question Toy Story 5 is going to clear 500 mil. I mean, it's going to be a one, maybe $2 billion movie. So it doesn't surprise me that they put that much into it. I think it's a little bit much, but this is a franchise that can afford to do that. There's no risk involved in doing that. They're going to make that back probably in the first week. In the first week, they're probably going to make that back. But do I think Toy Story 6 could be more expensive? It depends on how much Toy Story 5 makes. And I think Toy Story 5 is going to make a lot of money. So yeah, I think Toy Story 6 could be more expensive. But is it going to be good? That's the biggest question. And honestly, if I come out of Toy Story 5 and I love Toy Story 5 as much as I love 1 through 4, or even if I just like it enough that I feel like it was worthy of being made, I'm going to be on board for Toy Story 6. I'm not going to doubt them anymore. I'm really not. If they pull off Toy Story 5, when Toy Story 6 comes around, I'm not going to bellyache. I'm going to be excited. Um, Nerdy with Autism says, if the second trailer of Shrek 5 shows Gingerbread making out with the two gingerbread ladies smacking him in the butt, I'll tell DreamWorks now you took it too far. Um, yeah, that would be I mean, I already think they went too far. But I'll tell you right now that it wouldn't surprise me if they did that now. It wouldn't surprise me if that's what happened next. Um, yeah, I wouldn't be on board. I just wouldn't be on board with that. Um, excuse me. Nathan's Random Movies. Do you think it's a contradictory? Do you think it's contradictory for people to respond so positively to 5 as a continuation, but so negatively to 4 also a continuation? I have seen people that hate 4 but love 5. Well, it's hard to say because I haven't seen 5, but it's also hard to say because that's just how it would have hit. Like, kind of going back to what I was talking about, where coming out of the movie, it sounds like it's nuanced, it has something to say, and it's incredibly emotional. Those are kind of the big pillar of conversation that's come out from people who have seen it. And Toy Story 4, I mean, I'll be honest, as much as I love it, not very emotional. Like, it's not that it doesn't have emotion to it, but, like, even the ending of it when Woody's saying goodbye to the toys and stuff, like, you don't believe it. Like, even before Toy Story 5, you don't believe it. And I can't say that I get sad when I watch it. When I rewatched 3, when I rewatched 3 and, I'm gonna Andy plays with them for one more time, I cried again. Like, it just hits you. It wallops you. And even though I knew it was coming, even though I've seen it and I know that there's a Toy Story 4, the emotion still works for me. It still hits, and it still feels like a finale to the toys' journey with Andy. And, Toy Story 4 didn't really have that. So if Toy Story 5 is able to recapture that, do something again, I haven't seen it, so I don't know what it is. But if they're able to pull out that emotional reaction from the audience again, I could see why they would have a more attachment to 5 than 4. If you have an emotional attachment to something, it's gonna be stronger than something that you didn't have an emotional attachment to. So, yeah, it doesn't surprise me, honestly, that people who are saying that they sobbed in 5 are saying it's better than 4, because I don't think 4 really has a moment where it does that for you. It's fun, it's light, it's kinda like a palate cleanser for the darkness that came from 3. It's very lighthearted. It's almost like a romance movie between Woody and Bo at times more than it is an existential crisis film for the toys. But um, I'll have to see how I feel when I come out of 5. I'll have to see how, because right now my ranking of the Toy Story films would be 3, 2, 4, 1 would be my ranking of how I feel about the Toy Story films. So maybe 5 is going to replace 4. Maybe 5 is going to replace 3. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Makes me excited though, I'll say that. Out of all the things, like people, whether they're saying they enjoyed 4 more than 5 or 5 is better than 4, it makes me excited. Collect Movie Man saying, I'm going to be rewatching all of Christopher Nolan movies before the Odyssey. Me too, my friend. That's what I've got to start going on. I have a whole schedule here of what I'm doing actually. Because I've got a couple DC films left to do. And again, that's either gonna be Supergirl or I'm gonna have to push that to Clayface, in which case I'm gonna pivot and just do a regular review for the old Supergirl movie. But, Minions is coming up, so I gotta get started on my Despicable Me rewatch for the Minions. And then we got Moana live action, so I'm starting my live action Disney rewatch to do something for that. Then Christopher Nolan is after that with The Odyssey, and I'm debating doing all of the Evil Deads. I haven't really landed on that yet. But yeah, that's kind of what I gotta watch next. Those are my next big ones. So Despicable Me and Minion movies, and then the live action Disney movies, and then I'll be watching all the Christopher Nolan movies. I'm excited to go into his. I've seen quite a bit of his catalog. I think I've only missed Insomnia. Technically, Tenet. I only watched half of, so I didn't finish Tenet. And there's one other movie that he has that I haven't seen. Oh, Following. Insomnia, Following, and Tenet, I think are the only ones I haven't seen. So I'm excited to go into his catalog and watch his stuff. Um, the laser. The only issue I heard, but I see that Nerdy Autism just clicked the like button. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. The laser says the only issue I heard from Toy Story 5 was people miss Rex, Ham, Slinky, and more of the original toys. I heard this from 3C Films. I heard that complaint too, but that's also the same with Toy Story 4. Those characters took a real backseat. But I also like they're very prominent in the first 3 films, and I think the ensemble of toy characters in the first 3 films are one of the things that make those first 3 films special. But a lot of the actors have passed on. And like you can recast them, sure, but I can see why they'd want to just kind of put them into the background a little bit if the people who did um voice them for all those years moved on. Because I think in Toy Story 4, Mr. Potato Head, Don Rickles, of course, passed away before Toy Story 4. I think he only says, "Hey, watch it," when Rex hits him in the RV, and I think that's his only line, and it's like an hour into the movie. So, Nathan's Random Movies says it's a shame Shrek 5 looks bad because DreamWorks has put on some great stuff lately. The bad guys, Wild Robot, Yep. Puss in Boots 2, even the How to Train Your Dragon remake was decent. Yep, I agree. Look, it looks bad, but it might be great. Maybe this teaser doesn't represent at all what the movie is. Like that's another possibility that I also am keeping in mind here. Is the teaser for this uh maybe the marketing team is a younger marketing team and they're trying to market to Gen Z or something and this is what Gen Z will like. I don't know. I'm I'm not really Gen Z, but I'm like one toe over the line of millennial and Gen Alpha and Gen I don't remember. But basically, um what I'm trying to say is the teaser doesn't necessarily represent what the movie's going to be. It could be a horrible marketing mistake, possibly. Maybe the movie's great. We won't know until we see it, or maybe they could easily turn this around for me. If they released a killer official trailer and it looks like the story's great and it feels like the world of Shrek and the characters feel like the characters and the jokes feel like they fit in the world of Shrek, I could easily be turned around. 100%. I could be excited for Shrek 5. But this was not a great first impression. This did not go down well for me. So, but you're right. DreamWorks, I should have more faith in DreamWorks itself because everything you named, I haven't seen the bad guys, but Wild Robot, fantastic. Dogman, surprisingly fun. Puss in Boots 2, amazing. How to Train Your Dragon was good. Like you said, so yeah, I could easily be turned around, easily, but we'll see if they do. Uh, yeah, totally true, Zach. Oh, probably what I was talking about with Shrek. Laser, hey Zach, how has your son been? He's been great. We took him to the park the other day, which was really fun. He's just starting to get interested in animals now, which has been fun. We had a whole flock of geese and their newborn geese babies, I guess. In the park, and he wanted to run up and pet them. He was running with his hand out and trying to. He's fast, so I had to run after him, because they're territorial. They will go after him. The geese will go after him. But I got to sit there and hold him and show him the geese, and he was paying attention and hasn't really done that yet. So that was really fun to see him get in. And there was some marmots as well in the park, so we watched those and um just to see his like fascination. He's a very curious little boy, and that's been really fun. It's just how curious he is. I got him to watch a little bit of Toy Story with me. He maybe sat with me for about 20 minutes, and that was really cool. But he didn't. He of course he can't sit still. He wanted to go and play, but he's doing great. He's doing really great. It's been fun. Every day is more fun than the last. Collective Movie Man says, I can understand that, Zach. This is probably when I was talking about Shrek. I appreciate that. I can understand where you're coming from too. Man, if the humor hit you, the humor hit you. And like I said, maybe I'm just a little bit of a stick in the mud. I can own up to that. Nathan Jenner Movie says Shrek 5 is the definition of look how they massacred my boy. Personally, I agree with that statement at the moment. Collective Movie Man says, I would like to see a movie about the bad guy from the first movie, that real short prince who was supposed to marry Fiona. I saw, and I don't know how true it is, but apparently 3C Films, I watched his video the other day, and he was saying, oh, it was My Time to Shine. It was that scooper on Twitter, My Time to Shine. Apparently, one of the allegedly, take it with a grain of salt. Apparently, the early story of what Shrek 5 was gonna be was when Lord Fraud what's his name? Lord Farquaad got swallowed by the dragon at the end of Shrek 1. He found a magical device in the stomach of the dragon that transported him to the real world. And in the real world, apparently he created like a universal type theme park about Shrek. And somehow Shrek, Donkey, and I think Fiona also end up in the real world, and it sounds awful. It sounds really, really bad. So if they're ever gonna bring back the bad guy, Lord Farquaad from the first movie, I hope that's not how they do it. I hope that's not how they do it. Collective Movie Man says they better not make a Toy Story 6. Hey, I'll tell you how I feel about that after Toy Story 5. But honestly, if I come out of Toy Story 5 and I've been crying and I'm elated and this is another 5 out of 5 Toy Story film for me, you're not going to hear that from me. You're not going to hear me say don't make Toy Story 6. we're now 2 movies removed from what was supposed to be the finale of Toy Story 3, and I love 4, and if I love 5, bring on 6. Eventually, though, I do believe eventually if they keep making these, we do have to prepare ourselves. We will get a bad one. Eventually, we will get a bad Toy Story movie if they keep making them. But if this franchise is gonna be a 5 out of 5 for every installment up until the 5th one, I'm gonna enjoy that while it lasts. But maybe I come out of Toy Story 5 and I hate it. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Collect Movement says the funniest part in American Pie is the main character. There's a pie on his table his parents make, and they're gone, and he starts getting dirty with the pie, and his parents walk in. I've seen that. I've seen that scene. I've not seen the American Pie movies. Didn't really have much interest in them, but I've seen that scene. That scene is a classic, and I've seen that for sure. Nerdy with Autism says, "What would happen when Toy Story 6 is announced and Tim Allen and Tom Hanks pass away? They aren't getting any younger. What would Pixar do? Replace them with younger actors doing an impersonation of them?" Normally, I would say yes, but the reality that's kind of happening in Hollywood right now, and who's to say that Tim Allen and Tom Hanks will get behind this, but actors are signing away their voice likeness to studios. James Earl Jones signed away his voice to Disney. And if they want to ever do a Darth Vader series or a Darth Vader movie, they can manipulate an AI James Earl's voice, uh James Earl Jones's voice to do Darth Vader again. And I think that this is just the beginning of actors starting to do that. And Tom Hanks and Tim Allen are still at an age where they could do probably Toy Story 6 and maybe Toy Story 7 before they pass away. But they might jump on board. They might sign away their voices. And you could just do Toy Story 7 with an AI voice of Tom Hanks or Tim. Now, will the public revolt? Will they go against that? Probably, I would think, especially with where we're at with AI. So I would think the way they would go would be a voice impersonator or just to replace the voices, but or you just reboot the whole thing. I don't know, but that is one of the options now. They could potentially just do an AI voice for them, and you know what? They're toys, so AI voices might actually fit them, but you might lose the personality and the emotion behind it. So it might be a lose lose. Um, But I don't wanna think about Tom Hanks and Tim Allen passing away right now. They're vibrant and they're young. They can last a little longer. Collective Movie Man says, "I don't think they could do any more Toy Story movies after 5. Tom Hanks and Tim Allen are getting older, and I don't think people would like it if they replaced Woody and Buzz with different actors." Oh, they'd get over it. They'd get over it. If how old are Tim I actually don't know the question to or the answer to this. How old or Tom Hanks and Tim Allen? Tom Hanks' age. He's 69. Okay. And Tim Allen, age 73. So Tim Allen's older than I would say Tom Hanks could still do another decade of Toy Story. 69, I think he could do it into his 80s. Or into his late 70s. Tim Allen might be getting up there though. Tim Allen might be onto something there. 73 years old. Would he be able to do Buzz when he's 80? That might be a little bit tougher. But telling you, I think people if they did get replaced, if they passed away and we got different voice actors, um I think they'd be better off to reboot the whole thing, but I think people would be able to accept it. Click Movement says, "Oh, voices. Yeah, I got what you're saying, man. Nerdy with Autism, click the like button. Thank you very much. I appreciate that." Collective Movie Man says, "I'm not going to be doing reviews for each Christopher Nolan movie. I'm even going to watch the 2 Christopher Nolan movies that I don't really care for." Well, I don't blame you, man. Doing reviews for every single movie, that's a lot of work. I'm just going to do rankings. I'm just going to rank it after the Odyssey comes out. Um, Literally with Autism. Ranking the first Toy Story movie last is crazy. Great film. You know what's even crazier is every single movie for those is a 5 out of 5 for me on Letterbox. Something has to be at the bottom. And I think Toy Story 1 does a great job of introducing the ideas and concepts of what am I trying to say here? Existential crisis and the idea of being replaced and getting older, but I think every single sequel deepens and explores that even better. I think that Toy Story 1 is a great foundation for the franchise. I just don't think it's the best one in the franchise. But I agree with you, it's great. Like 5 out of 5, strong recommends across the board for all 4 movies. But something's got to be at the last. Something's got to be in the last spot. Collective Movie Man says, "Have you seen Oppenheimer?" I have seen Oppenheimer. I will be honest, I haven't seen Oppenheimer since 2023, so my memory of it is kind of fuzzy. But I remember being blown away by how Christopher Nolan made conversations about math and physics tension filled throughout the entire movie, and the bomb sequence I still remember being incredible. I gotta go back and watch Oppenheimer, I think. The Ace Cineverse. This is the Ace Avenue's new channel, guys. Go check out the Ace Cineverse. I shared this first post on our community tab. So if you go to our community tab, it'll be in there. You can click on that video, go to his channel, give him some love and support. He just put up his trailer reaction for Spider-Man Brand New Day. Go check it out, guys. He's great. He says, "What's going on, Zach, my friend? Did you get your tickets for Spider-Man yet?" I have not. He says, "I got 2 sets of tickets for opening night." You know what? I don't know. I should check right now. I don't know if my theater puts out tickets that far in advance. I don't, because usually I can't even buy tickets for a movie playing on next Monday. They only really do, yeah, if I go to Monday, well, I can still get, or if I go to Tuesday, yeah, no show times are showing. Wednesday, yeah, so if I go all the way to July, what is it, July 30th? Oh, that's surprising. I can buy my tickets now. Look at that. Okay. I might buy my tickets. Hold on one sec. What showing do I want to go to? Ah, man. All the 3D ones aren't playing at a time that I like. This isn't entertaining. I'll do it later. I'll do it later. But apparently I can get my tickets now. That's not usually the case with my theater, so that's awesome. I'm gonna do that. 3D movie cinema. What's going on, Jake? Good to see you. Thanks for being here, my friend. What's up, Zach? Man, you excited more for Brand New Day or Supergirl? Is that really a question? No offense to Supergirl, but come on, man. Is that really a question? Are you more excited for Brand New Day or Supergirl? I feel Supergirl trailer has me more excited, but I'm open to both. You rock, man. You rock too. All of you guys over at the Small Zero channel also rock. Um, I am more excited for Brand New Day. Like 100%. I think Supergirl looks fun. I'm looking forward to seeing Supergirl. My wife actually wants to go see Supergirl with me, which kind of surprised me. I think that movie might do better than some people expect. But Brand New Day, man. Spider-Man all the way. This movie if the Doom I shouldn't say that. I was gonna say if the Doomsday trailer doesn't thrill me as much as the Spider-Man trailer does, this could end up being my most anticipated movie of the year. But um I feel like the Doomsday trailer is gonna throw me, so I don't see that happening. But yeah, Spider-Man is my guy. Spider-Man's always been my guy. I love the Spider-Man franchise. There's not a single Spider-Man movie that I dislike. Like there's ones that are better than others, obviously, but even something like Spider-Man 3, there's a lot of enjoyment I get out of that movie. I like going back and watching that. The Amazing Spider-Man 2, Amazing Spider-Man. I've liked all of them. I've liked all the Spider-Man movies that have been made, so I'm excited. I'm excited for this one. The Laser says, I think one Pixar franchise I want to see continued is Inside Out. Maybe that could go on for 8 films. Well, I've always said that Inside Out could be the next Toy Story because it is kind of dealing with the same kind of themes and ideas of growing up and getting older, um, but more uh literal with playing with the emotions and stuff that go on inside your mind as opposed to being allegories told through toys. But I think Inside Out could go for a while. I definitely think you could do something. My favorite pitch for an Inside Out movie, this is kind of getting off track, but I just thought of it. After my wife and I saw Inside Out 2, we started talking about ideas for other Inside Outs, and my wife, I, I want to see this idea either made into a short on on Disney Plus, but she had this idea of you take Riley to college and she just gets wasted one night. And the whole movie is the emotions in her head trying to track down her memories because she forgets the whole night because she gets wasted. And I always thought, what a brilliant idea to do something like that for an Inside Out short film or movie, whatever you wanted to do. There's a lot you could do with Inside Out. So I think that franchise will continue on for quite some time. And it's very early in its franchise series too. Collect Movie Man says, so did James Earl Jones himself or his family give Disney permission to do this? When did this happen? I don't like that. Um, that's a really good question that I don't remember the answer to. It was probably his estate, honestly. James Earl Jones voice signed to Disney. Let's type that and see what pops up. James Earl Jones officially signed over the rights to his iconic Darth Vader voice to Lucasfilm in 2022. The agreement allows the studio to use artificial intelligence to recreate his vocal performance for future Star Wars projects. Lucasfilm partnered with Reese Speecher, a Ukrainian artificial intelligence company, to clone his voice. The AI was trained on archival vocal recordings to accurately preserve the cadence and the tone of Jones's younger voice from the classic films. Before stepping back from the role, Jones officially gave his blessing and advised the production team on character's voice for the Disney Plus series Obi-Wan Kenobi. So it was James Earl Jones himself. He was involved and advised the team on Obi-Wan Kenobi because I think they used his voice in Obi-Wan Kenobi. I just didn't realize it was if it was AI. This ensures that his vocal legacy will live on for future films and series, adding to his other major Disney credits such as Mufasa in The Lion King. Yeah, so according to this, he gave the permission. It wasn't his estate. Because 2022, when did James Earl Jones pass away? Pass away. When did he pass away? So he passed away in 2024. So he gave permission 2 years before he passed away. So yeah, it was him. He gave permission. Uh, there you go. Uh, Scott Edwards, what's going on, Scott Edwards? Good to see you. I don't know if you've been in the chat before, so welcome. It's great to have you. It's an honor to have you here. Are you excited for Avengers Doomsday? I'm deliriously excited for Avengers Doomsday. I'm so looking forward to getting the band back together. I like that Chris Evans is back. I like that the Russos are back. I like that Robert Downey Jr. is going to be playing a different role in the MCU. I'm fascinated to see how they play with that and do that. Yeah, I've talked about Doomsday on this channel a ton. I did reactions to all the teasers that came out. I've talked about Robert Downey Jr. being Doom before. You can find all that content on the channel if you want to, but deliriously excited. It's my most anticipated movie of the year. Cannot wait for Doomsday. And I think a lot of people who are pessimistic about it are going to be shocked. Collector Movie Man says, I'm doing a review for every Christopher Nolan movie, even the ones I don't really care for. That's what I was trying to say. Oh, you are going to do a review. Okay, well, like I said, props to you. That's a lot of work. That is a lot of work, and I look forward to seeing you do that, man. That's awesome. You're saying hey to Ace. Collector Movie Man saying my movie theater already has tickets available for the night before, and it's already halfway sold out. I didn't even look at my showings. I hope they're not sold out yet. But yeah, Spider-Man's gonna be a killer. It's gonna kill it at the box office. Nerdy with Autism says, I really love America's Got Talent season 21. Great talent so far. Thought about auditioning for AGT to do something different, freestyle stand-up comedy or improv stand-up comedy. You've thought of doing that? That's awesome, man. That's one of the bravest things you can do. Is get in front of people and do stand-up comedy. I really do believe that. That's a very brave thing to do. I have not watched America's Got Talent. They're on season 21. Probably season 17 might have been my last. I haven't watched it since I lived at home with my family because that was a family night thing that we did. We always watched America's Got Talent, and it was good memories. I remember, but I can't believe Howie Mandel's still on that show. By the way, that's crazy. But yeah, I haven't watched it at all this year. I haven't watched it for the past 6 years or so. So but I have fond memories of America's Got Talent. I think the last time I watched it, the judges were oh no, Mel B wasn't there. It was Heidi, it was Howie, Um, Howard Stern was gone at that point. Simon was back. It was Simon, it was Howie, it was Heidi, and it was, I think, what's her name? I can't remember. I think she was like a female basketball star or something. I can't remember. I can't remember what her name was, but I haven't watched it in a while. But I've got fond memories of watching it with my family. Collective Movie Man says I'm probably gonna see Spider-Man in Dolby or Screen X. I've only got regular 3D or AVX. That's my options in my theater. I'll see it in AVX. I'm gonna try to avoid seeing it in 3D because they don't make 3D glasses for people who have glasses. I hate wearing 3D glasses for multiple reasons, not just because I have glasses. I just don't like that it tints the screen. I don't like that it hardly ever does anything to enhance the story or the visuals. So I try to see it in regular. I don't try to see it in 3D. But I'm gonna have to see it in a regular or an AVX. Scott Edwards says, "Did you see the supposed leak doomsday scene?" No, I avoided it. I didn't want to see it. I've seen a lot of like crappy, sloppy AI videos and pictures from Doomsday that are clearly fake, and a lot of people who were at the CinemaCon presentation back in April who saw the Doomsday teaser have clarified that it's fake, which is good because it doesn't look good. But I don't want to see the leak. I don't want to see it. I want to see it in HD, how it's supposed to be. Like even the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer that came out today. Uh I don't know if it's the one that got leaked a couple days back. There was a Spider-Man trailer too that got leaked a couple days back. I avoided it. I didn't see it. I didn't see anything about it. I didn't want to. I wanted to experience the trailer as it was supposed to be presented in HD on my small screen. I should have waited till the theater to see how it was really supposed to be presented. But um, yeah, I'm not interested in seeing a leaked picture from a movie I'm deliriously excited about. Collect Movie Man says I'm seeing Toy Story 5 next Tuesday, and then I'm seeing Supergirl on the 30th of June. Yeah, man, Supergirl's gonna be fun. I really do believe that. I think Supergirl's gonna be like. Do I have worries and concerns about it? A little bit, but I think it's gonna be great. I think people are gonna be shocked by it. And I also am curious to see what it's like to watch a comic book movie having actually read a comic that you know it's kind of based on. Thank you, James Gunn, for giving us the heads up. I'm halfway through this, I think. About halfway. Maybe I'm a little bit less than halfway through it. You like my remote used as a bookmarker? Because I don't know what this is for. I honestly I don't know what this is for. I think I lost the light that this is for, so now it's a bookmarker. So going through that, hoping to finish before seeing the movie. I guess next week. So I got some reading to do, but I'm really enjoying the book, so I think I'm gonna enjoy the movie. Uh, Acres of Movies says, "Who would you cast as the next Mister Freeze?" Um, the next Mr. Freeze. That's funny. I'm just thinking of a bunch of bald people now. Just thinking of a bunch of bald people. Who would be a good Mr. Freeze? That's a really good question. I'm terrible at fan castings, by the way. Um, I'm just gonna look up a bunch of bald actors. I'm just gonna go bald actors. Let's see who pops up. Jason Statham. That would be a fun Mr. Freeze. Vin Diesel. I don't think Vin Diesel would be a good Mr. Freeze. Samuel L. Jackson, Patrick Stewart, Stanley Tucci as Mr. Freeze. Maybe a couple of years back, I would be into that. J.K. Simmons, Mr. Freeze, Sir Ben Kingsley, Larry David, Terry Crews, Mr. Freeze. No, I don't think so. Uh, Bruce Willis, obviously not. Stanley Tucci, honestly, I'm like, that would have been a good Mr. Mark Strong. Um, yeah, I don't know. I'm terrible with fan castings. I like that Stanley Tucci. I think depending on the tone of the movie and what you do with it, that would be interesting. But yeah, I don't know. I'll go with that for now. Stanley Tucci. He's too old at this point, but whatever. I'll go with it. The Laser says it's been so great on the stream, man. Still crazy. I first saw your channel almost 2 years ago. Crazy you've been here for 2 years, man. I'm glad that you stuck around. You like me enough that you've been here for 2 years, and I appreciate that. I hope to keep you around for many more years. But I mean, I've seen this chat change over time. It's pretty crazy. People go on and do create like new things with life. I've seen channels in here that have come and gone, both creatively on YouTube and just in the chat itself. But you've been around for 2 years, and that's pretty cool, man. I cherish this time, and I'm very thankful and grateful for the time that you've spent. Because it's not lost on me, guys, that you are giving me your time. This is time you could be doing anything else with. You could be watching a new movie. You could be going to the movies. You could be taking a walk around your block. Maybe you're doing both at the same time, but I understand you are giving me your time and you're here to hang out with me, and that means the world. So thank you so much. And the fact that you've been here consistently for 2 years, man, is mind blowing. I appreciate you so much. Scott Edwards saying, do you think Storm and Captain Marvel in Doomsday? In Doomsday, I think Captain Marvel maybe. Storm, I was on the fence about because I feel like there is gonna be more X-Men in there than they're leading on. I don't think it's just gonna be Cyclops and Magneto and Professor X and Nightcrawler and Mystique. I think Secret Wars for sure. For Doomsday, I'm gonna say, oh, but cool to see you're partnered up with Thor. I'm gonna say for Doomsday, I don't think Storm's in it. I do think Captain Marvel's gonna make an appearance in Doomsday, but I think they'll save Storm and Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. Maybe even oh, what's her name? The original Jean Grey. I can't remember her name. They might be saved for Secret Wars. But I could see us seeing Doomsday. Or I could see us seeing Captain Marvel. Scott Edwards says, are you excited to see Kamala Khan and Kate Bishop in Avengers Doomsday? Yes. I love Kamala Khan. Uh uh I'm blanking on everyone's name now, but the actress who plays her is fantastic. And I love Miss Marvel the show, and I love when she popped up in the Marvels. She totally stole the show in the Marvels, so I'm looking forward to that. And Kate Bishop, I am looking forward to seeing more of her because I like Haley Steinfeld, and I think she's been underused in both the Hawkeye show and just in the MCU in general. But I wonder how much screen time they'll realistically have. Because at the end of the Marvels, we did see that Kamala Khan was recruiting Kate Bishop. Iman Vellani, that's her name. Iman Vellani. I love Iman Vellani. We saw her recruiting Kate Bishop. So I wonder if that's gonna play into I also wonder if they're gonna bring back what's Photon, was that her name? Who got sent into a different dimension at the end of the Marvels and she was in the X-Men world. I wonder if they're gonna play with that again. Nerdy with Autism says Terry Crews is the current host for AGT. Yeah, he was the host when I left it. I think he might have been on his second or third year hosting when I stopped watching. Scott Edwards, are you excited to see Yelena in Doomsday? I am. I've become a big fan of the Yelena character. I liked her introduction in Black Widow. I like how she was used in the Hawkeye show, but I love her in Thunderbolts. I love Thunderbolts. I love everybody in Thunderbolts, and I love her in Thunderbolts specifically. So it's made me more excited to see her in Doomsday for sure. The Laser, I got so many films to watch in July, but I am hyped. Dude, it's a good month. It's gonna be a good summer. I'm excited about this, man. I'm excited for this summer. Acres Movies, what three movie characters would you go on an adventure with? Ooh, Luke Skywalker, Indiana Jones. Uh Luke Skywalker takes care of space. Indiana Jones is like a cool adventure. Uh who's the third one? Space, adventure. I need like Doc Brown. Marty McFly and Doc Brown. If I can pair them up, but just Doc Brown, he has the DeLorean. Then I can travel through time. So I think I'd go with those three. I'd go with Luke Skywalker, Indiana Jones, and Doc Brown. What's up, Collector Movie Man? Love when the chat talks to each other. Because the movie says, what movie character would you hire first? What am I hiring them for? What movie character would you hire first? Like for a job? What's the job? What am I hiring them for? Um, I would hire Donatello from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and he could help me with my editing and everything that I do for YouTube. I'll do that. Acres Movie says, have you seen Power Ballad? No, I missed it. I did see that it's playing for the final time this Thursday, so I'm definitely not going to make it out to the theater for that. It'll be on streaming soon, and I'll catch it when it's on. I'll rent it when it's on iTunes. The laser says something about me. I will admit is I'm very loyal, and it's hard for me to let go. That's a good quality to have, though, man. Like, it can definitely be a quality where people can abuse it, and, I mean, that's true of any quality, really. You just put up boundaries, you don't let that happen, but being loyal and, committed, that's good qualities to have. Those are good traits. Those will serve you well in life, man, so never be ashamed of that. Don't be ashamed of that, man. Be proud of that. That's something that a lot of people have to work at or don't ever find in their life, and that's awesome, man. You're blessed that that comes easy to you. Collective Movie Man says, "Did you see what Mike Myers confirmed? They're going to be making an Austin Powers 4. It's in the early production stages." I did. I don't know how I feel about it, to be honest. I really like the first two Austin Powers. I didn't really get into the third one. Gold Member wasn't really my favorite, but I really did like the first one and the second one. I just wonder if they work today. Like with Naked Gun and with Scary Movie coming back, I can see why now could be the time for an Austin Powers 4. But Austin Powers was almost like a parody, a spoof on um well, not just the pulp culture of the time, but of James Bond specifically. And I wonder if that plays well today. I wonder if they'd have to change up the formula because it's very reliant on potty humor. It's very reliant on fart gags and poop and pee humor and all that kind of stuff. And I wonder if that plays today. I wonder if that comedy from the '90s transfers over well to 2026 because they managed to find a way to do it with Naked Gun, and they did it very well with Naked Gun. I haven't seen the new Scary Movie, but I've never really liked Scary Movie, so I would say that if there's a time for Austin Powers 4, Mike Myers is still alive. The parody spoof genre is kind of making a comeback. Now's the time to do it. I just don't know if there's a place for it in this culture right now. And I don't know how popular the Austin Power movies have been with the kids nowadays. Right, we got two more here. If you guys want to pop in some more comments and questions, we'll definitely keep going. But we've got two more at the moment, and then we might call it a night. Collective Movie Man says, when are the Disney Plus shows that I think is when are the Disney Plus shows that I think is underrated that a lot of people didn't like, but I liked is Moon Knight. Oh, one of the Disney Plus shows that is underrated that a lot of people didn't like, but I liked is Moon Knight. Moon Knight was very frustrating for me because Moon Knight has some of the best concepts and ideas and some of the best episodes of any of the Marvel Disney Plus show. Like the pilot episode of Moon Knight and I think the 5th episode when you go into like his mind, that's some of the best stuff that Disney Plus Marvel ever did. The execution for me though was just so messy and rushed. And by the time you got to the finale, it just felt unfulfilling for me. So I definitely don't mind Moon Knight. I could see it being underrated. I could see that, but for me it just had a lot of flaws that really brought it down a lot. But I'm glad you really like it, man. Oh my goodness. Spoiler King sending in a $10 super chat donation. Spoiler Kings, that is more than kind of generous. Thank you so much for that. For supporting the channel on that level. He says, just watch the Spider-Man trailer and wow, it's going to be an awesome movie. Dudes, I should say. I'm right there with you. I'm so excited for it. It looks grand. It looks epic. It's got the spectacle. What Destin Daniel Cretton is doing with those action sequences is exactly what I was hoping he would do with those action sequences coming off of Shang-Chi. They feel dynamic. They feel fast-paced. They feel hard-hitting. Tom looks great in the suit. I love the suit this time around. The web slinging, going through the city, the skyscrapers, the classic Spider-Man iconography. It looks great. Hulk coming back, Rage Hulk. Very exciting. I hope the movie's not overstuffed for sure, but there's a lot of great stuff that they put in that trailer. There's a lot of great stuff that I'm seeing that I'm excited about alongside with you guys, Spoiler Kings. And I even love the little crippy tag that we got at the end with Tom and the stretching. Like that felt like classic Spider-Man. That was cute. So I really, really, really liked it. I really liked the trailer. Trailer 1 was a winner. This was a winner. I don't know if we're gonna get a trailer 3. Like, the movie's a month and a couple weeks away, so maybe we just get TV spots from here on out, but the press tour is starting, so yeah, I'm so excited. So excited for it, man. And guys, again, thank you so much for that, $10 like, that is very, very generous, and that makes my heart feel full. I very much appreciate that. Um Collective Movement says the people I would go on adventure with would be Luke Skywalker, Robert Langdon, and Dr. Brown. Robert Langdon. Who's Robert Langdon? Why don't I know who that is? Let's see here. Robert Langdon. Fictional character from what? Oh, it's Tom Hanks. Oh, I haven't seen this movie. Inferno. No, I haven't seen that movie. Um, I'll have to check that out. Maybe I'll want to go on an adventure with them too afterwards. Um, Nerdy with Autism says Tyra Banks was the host for AGT season 17. I did see Tyra Banks this season that you said was the last season you watched. Mel B was a judge on the show. Terry Crews was the first host on AGT season 19. So I must have season 19 must have been the last one I watched. Tyra Banks was only there for one season, right? I don't quite remember. Uh PS Gabrielle Union was a judge on it. Okay, season 19 was the last one I watched then. Season 19 was okay, not 17. Season 19 was the last one. Wow. Good detective work, man. That was very, very impressive. Um yeah, so I haven't watched it since season 19, which is further than I thought it was. Because my family and I, we were watching AGT from its inception. We watched from season 1 when Jerry Springer was the host, and it was David Hasselhoff, it was Pierce Morgan, and it was Sharon Osbourne. It was 3 judges. Those were the judges of AGT when it first premiered. Collective Movie Man says, which spoiler king is the Brian Tank or Brand Man. This is Tank. Well, Tank, thank you so much for that donation. Thank you so much for supporting our channel on that level, man. I'm very touched by it. Um Acres Movie's favorite Spider-Man scene. I mean, for me, it's probably still the train sequence in Spider-Man 2. Yeah. I think the train sequence in Spider-Man 2, followed by honestly the Spider-Man black suit fight between him and Sandman in the subway tunnels. That's a great scene. I really like that scene. Um, there's some good ones in the first Spider-Man. Of course, the kiss is iconic between him and MJ hanging upside down. The death of Gwen Stacy, though, that's a really like as messy as the movie is. That's a hard-hitting scene, just because of Andrew Garfield's and Emma Stone's chemistry and dynamic relationship throughout the whole thing. But I think I gotta go with the train sequence from Spider-Man 2. I just don't think that's been topped yet. I really enjoy that. Um, Collective Movie Man says he was in Da Vinci Code. I think I did see the Da Vinci Code. Angels and Demons and Inferno. It's part of the Dan Brown, Robert Langdon series. All right, I did not know that. You'll have to what's this? You skipped my message on what I used to say to my teachers and random people. Oh shoot, did I? Where is it? Everything's grayed out here. Did you take it? There's a couple retracted messages. Yeah, everything's been clicked on. Yeah, everything's been clicked on, man. I'm sorry. Send it back in because I only have a retracted message left from you. Oh, whoops. Yeah, I only have a message retracted, so I don't have it here. I apologize, Collector Movie Man. Um, see if you are we missing some chats or some chats getting lost? I don't know where they would have gone. I apologize to anyone whose chat got missed. I don't appear to have any chats that are left unclicked on. Um High Tank from Stacy. Acres Movies Collector, hope you feel better from your shower fall. I'm not sure what that's about, but I hope you're doing okay, man. Uh X Punisher U1C. What's going on, X Punisher U1C? Thanks for joining. Says sorry, I meant to say Kitty Pride makes more sense than Jean Grey. Yeah, see, I don't know what this is referring to. I think there's a message retracted. Yeah, from X Punisher. There's a message retracted, but are you guys retracting those or is YouTube retracting those? Because I'm not sure what the context of what we're talking about Kitty Pride is. And I don't remember think I missed anything. I don't see anything missed. Weird. I wonder if there's something going on with the chat that I'm not aware of. Because there's a couple message retracteds in here. Are you guys retracting your message? I don't know. Collect movement. You say I just retyped it, but I still don't see it. Here. Can I do here? I can show you what I'm looking at. Where am I going? Yeah, the latest message I have is PSSS AGT season 1 had Regis Philbin, Jerry Springer was host on season 1, seen the show since season 1 as well. Uh okay, so maybe I've only seen it from season 2. Collect Movement says maybe YouTube doesn't like what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I apologize because you say you just retyped it, but yeah, it says message retracted again. I apologize. I apologize to you both, X Punisher U1C and Collective Movie Man. I don't know why, but it doesn't look like YouTube allowed your messages to pass through. So I'm not sure what I meant to say. Kitty Pride makes more sense than Jean Grey. Maybe you think Kitty Pride is going to show up as opposed to Jean Grey, like I mentioned in Secret Wars, because I could see Kitty Pride popping up, but she'd have to be they'd have to recast Kitty Pride for sure, I think. So maybe not. Maybe I don't see Kitty Pride popping up. At least not the original Kitty Pride. Um yeah, and then I just have AGT season 1 showing up on here. So I apologize. I apologize to you guys. I don't know why the messages got lost, but that's the last message I'm seeing on the chat, guys. So I think with that, unless something else pops up in here, that is going to be the show tonight. So I apologize for the inconveniences with the chat tonight for some of you. I appreciate though all of you guys who showed up tonight, all of you guys in the chat, sending in your comments, your questions, talking about movies, Spider-Man, Toy Story, all the good stuff with me. I had a great time tonight and I hope you guys did too. As we get out of here, I will let you guys know this weekend gonna be seeing Toy Story 5, so there will be a out of the theater reaction for that either Friday or Saturday. And following that, we'll have the review on probably I would think Saturday, but Sunday at the latest. And then Monday we'll have the ranking of all 5 Toy Story films come out. So lots of stuff to look forward to. Toy Story filled this weekend. Really looking forward to it. As always, guys, thank you so much for being here. And don't just watch movies, talk movies. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.